Has YouTube saved reaction channels like the one you're watching right now with their new approach to copyrighted music within content? Now, if you follow this channel or any of the other big music reaction channels, you'll know that we don't earn money from our videos. All of the money is taken by labels through copyright claims, and it's actually killed many great channels. Think about a Big Quint, think about an XX Younglord. These channels, well over 300, 400,000 subscribers, don't really exist anymore. I know Big Quint kind of does. And this is one of the reasons, and we've seen that lots and lots of times, that yesterday YouTube announced a bunch of new revenue streams for creators that could potentially save what we're doing and make music on YouTube a far better place for all. First of all, they announced they're doing ad revenue sharing with Shorts. This is not something that TikTok is doing. TikTok has a creator fund, like a maximum amount of money per month, and then they just split it amongst all the creators. That's what Shorts was doing as well. But now Shorts is going to share 45% of the revenue that they create through ads on your Shorts and share that out depending on the amount of views your Shorts are getting. So there's some creators on Shorts who are doing 100 million views a month. Julesy Hip Hop doing crazy numbers. I've seen some others as well. They're going to be able to hopefully have a sustainable career on YouTube creating short form content. And bear in mind, Shorts are pushing 30 billion views a day. That's from YouTube's own back end telling me that. 30 billion views a day. So massive news for short creators. They've changed the front page for channels as well. So you're going to be able to separate videos, shorts, and lives. So expect more varied content from the creators that you like. But the thing that's really interesting to me and other creators in my space, not MySpace, we're not going back to MySpace, in my space, is this new thing. They're calling it creator music. Now, essentially what this is going to be a massive expansion to, there's already like a YouTube library of copyright-free music that you can use in your content, which plenty of people do. I use one of the intros of a lot of these videos. But they're going to start introducing a lot of proper licensed, official, label-owned music into that, and you as a creator are going to be able to buy a license, a cheap, well, they say an affordable license. You may have already seen some of the creators that you like suddenly using real music in their videos, which we haven't had for the past probably 10 years since Content ID came in. And that's through services like Licked and stuff like that, where people are paying a relatively nominal fee to license the music compared to what actual music licensing would cost for TV and film, which is in the thousands and thousands. Here we're talking maybe $100, and they can use that in their content. This is now going to be directly integrated into YouTube. So that's really interesting. Now, will that affect reactors? I'm not sure, because I don't know if it's going to be day and date. We like to put out our reactions as soon as the music comes out. Are we going to be able to buy a license to that music and then put it out in the same day? I really don't know. It's currently out in beta at the moment in the US. It says it's coming to all territories like my one, UK, in 2023. We shall see. But what is really interesting is if you don't buy a license and you just use the music and it's picked up by the Content ID system, it's now going to rev share with the labels rather than the label taking all of the money. Now, bear this in mind. I did a rough calculation probably about 6 months ago. And over the years that I've been reacting to music, I have lost over $250,000 in ad revenue to the labels. And that's a conservative estimate based on my CPM, kind of at the lower end of my CPM, how long my videos are, the amount of mid-rolls that would be in there, etc., etc., etc. And that's a significant amount of money. So you can see why so many reaction channels have stopped before they even started or had to give up. As they become bigger channels and you start having to take on other responsibilities, perhaps hiring an editor, stuff like that. With a rev share system, suddenly if our videos can make money, even if it's only 50%, 45% of the money that a non-copyrighted music content video would make, if that makes sense, that's still a massive, massive change to what's possible. But what is interesting about this, one, I'll believe it when I see it. Not only could this be potentially life-saving for reaction channels like mine, especially as we get into more uncertain times with what's going on financially in the world. Cost of living crisis here in the UK is killing me. At the moment, suddenly all my bills are literally 4 times what they were a few months ago. No shit, it's that bad. I can also see a situation where down the road, one of the labels or one of the sub-labels decides to allow creators a higher percentage or indeed all of the revenue to get an advantage for using their songs as opposed to other label songs. I can see that somebody putting on and applying that pressure. It makes way more sense to a label, to a distributor, to an artist to have big creators, mid-sized creators using your music as opposed to other people's music. So whether that's reaction content or actual long-form content where you're using it to soundtrack the piece. If there's a situation where somebody could soundtrack their video with, say, a song from a Warner artist, and they're going to be able to keep all the revenue from that video, and if they use a UMG artist, they're only going to be able to keep 45%. Well, what are you going to pick? You'd want the best song for the situation, but I can earn all the money, I can earn half the money. It's a pretty simple. I could see a situation where that pressure is put on and we eventually get to a situation where the rev share is in a much higher percentage towards the creator, or it may turn into the situation like the gaming space where all of the rev share, all of the revenue goes to the creator, and the benefits of having that media out there on these large scale videos is reaped in kind by the labels. Gaming companies, gaming studios want their video games streamed, shown, let's played, reviewed, whatever it is, by big content creators. It makes a massive, massive difference. We've seen it. We've seen entire games grow to some of the biggest of all time, like Minecraft, because of that. And so it's sustainable as well. Music wants this as well. I can see that happening, but even the rev share thing is exciting. Now, I've got a couple of questions. Is this actually going to happen? And is it going to be relevant to us, or are we still going to get fucked by content ID bandits coming in and claiming our videos anyway and still having to go through the whole battle there? I hope not. That's something that YouTube's going to have to get on top of, because there are companies out there that basically just go around nicking people's videos the whole time. And even if you have something cleared by the label, they can come in, they have the power to claim the video. You have to go through a whole process. They can just say no, and then you're into legalities. It's a nightmare. I'm hoping that YouTube is on top of this. What will be interesting as well is they've not said anything about streaming. There's been a lot of drama in the last 12, probably 18 months about music being played on live streams. There's obviously been loads of DMCA strikes on Twitch, people freaking out about what they were able to do in terms of playing music from Spotify or something like that, and now they're not able to on Twitch. We've never really been able to do it on YouTube. You can get away with it for about 30, 40 minutes, maybe an hour tops, before YouTube's content ID system catches up, realizes something, copyright is playing, and doesn't just divert the revenue like it does with on demand. It just shuts down the stream automatically. And there's basically nothing you could do. Super frustrating, because people in my space, not my space again, but my space, have had to move to Twitch to do their like live reaction streams, whether it's Dante, whether it's Fantano, whether it's Sean, whether it's myself. I'd much rather be streaming directly to you guys, 400,000 plus subscribers, thank you by the way, directly on YouTube. So are we going to be in a situation where YouTube is going to stop instantly blocking streams with music in it and allow that to happen as well, with a rev share system in place, with the deals put in place with the labels? Do labels want to be in a situation where not just me or even Fantano, the massive channel that he is, but I'm talking an iShowSpeed streaming, or I'm talking a KSI or a Miniminter, one of the biggest channels in the world? Wouldn't the labels want them to stream their songs to all of those people? Is it worth blocking that down? I had a massive rant about this on Twitter, kind of went semi-viral. A lot of big people shared it. It doesn't make sense. It's not logical. You would want that as much as possible. Okay, you may lose out in some respects in terms of direct revenue, but can they still count that as streams for their marketing? I don't know. There's lots of stuff to iron out which hasn't been explained yet, but I do see this as a positive sign. It's a great moment for creators. I think it's a great moment for artists, especially smaller artists that really need that exposure. Say somebody like me or somebody with a bigger channel than mine is doing an hour, hour and a half of streaming to 3, 4, 5,000 people live. And that'll be 40,000 people in total, with people jumping in and out. And yeah, we stream the latest Drake, and yeah, we stream the latest Post Malone, Central C, Foo Fighters, whatever it is. But we also throw in some smaller artists that are just breaking through, artists that maybe have 20, 30,000 followers on Instagram, or artists that are brand new. It's a captive audience, right? This is like the great radio shows that we have over here in the UK, like Zane Lowe's show when he was here, and other shows like that, where they play bigger music and then they throw in something that they were more interested in that don't really have that fan base yet, and they can build from there. The fact is, with it being digital as well, when the content ID picks up the music from the streams, it will list it below the video so they can link through, go and find it on YouTube Music, go and buy it somewhere else. It is all potentially positive, but trusting record labels to do the right thing has proven my downfall in the past. Let's hope, fingers crossed, that it's finally going to move in the right direction. It certainly seems a positive sign. Watch this space. All right, catch you soon. Peace.